5 players have already withdrawn from the Washington Open, and Alex Eala hasn't even played her opening match. Marta Kostyuk is out. Jasmine Paolini is out. Olga Danilovic is out. Katerina Siniakova is out. Jacqueline Christian is out. 3 of those players were originally expected to be seeded, and one of them was the very opponent who ended Alex Eala's memorable Wimbledon run just a few weeks ago. At first glance, those withdrawals appear to be a huge advantage for the rising Filipino star. Several dangerous competitors are no longer part of the draw, making the tournament look far more inviting than it did just days earlier. But in professional tennis, an open draw should never be confused with an easy draw. Welcome back to Court Vision Media, where every match tells a story and every moment matters. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is the perfect time. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join thousands of tennis fans who never miss the biggest stories from around the world. Even with several withdrawals, Alex is still expected to begin her campaign in the opening round rather than receiving a seeded position. That means she could be tested immediately by a dangerous opponent before fully adjusting to the hard courts, the faster conditions, and the intense summer heat in Washington. Although several recognizable names have left the tournament, many of the biggest contenders remain. Jessica Pegula is still chasing another title. Elena Rybakina continues to be one of the most dangerous players on tour. Naomi Osaka brings Grand Slam-winning experience and incredible power. Madison Keys, Emma Navarro, Diana Schneider, Leylah Fernandez, and Anna Kalinskaya are all still in the field, ensuring that the competition remains incredibly strong. Perhaps the most important point is that these withdrawals did not simply create empty spots in the draw. Every player who withdrew was replaced, meaning the tournament hasn't become easier. It has simply become far more unpredictable. That's what makes this year's Washington Open so compelling. A tennis draw is constantly evolving. Remove one player, and another immediately steps in. When a projected seed withdraws, the entire structure changes. Seedings move upward, potential first-round matchups are reshuffled, and completely new paths emerge before a single ball has been struck. For Alex Eala, that changing landscape creates both opportunity and pressure. She arrives in Washington riding the momentum of the best stretch of her professional career. Her recent performances have captured worldwide attention, and expectations continue to rise with every tournament she enters. Filipino fans believe another breakthrough could be just around the corner. At the same time, her opponents now know exactly what to expect. They are familiar with her explosive court coverage, her ability to take the ball early, her creative left-handed angles, and her fearless approach in pressure situations. That means Alex now faces a different challenge. She must prove that her outstanding Wimbledon performance was not just one unforgettable run. She needs to show that her aggressive game can produce the same success on hard courts, and more importantly, that she can continue winning even when every opponent comes in fully prepared. The conversation surrounding Alex Eala has completely changed. No one is asking whether she belongs on tennis' biggest stages anymore. Instead, everyone is wondering just how high her ceiling truly is. Adding even more excitement to the week, Alex is also expected to reunite with Venus Williams in the doubles competition, creating one of the tournament's most talked about partnerships. Sharing the court with one of the greatest champions in tennis history brings valuable experience, massive attention, and another opportunity to learn, but it also means extra matches, greater physical demands, and the need to carefully manage energy throughout the tournament. So while the recent withdrawals have undoubtedly reshaped the Washington Open, they have not handed Alex Eala an easy road to the quarterfinals, the semifinals, or the championship. What they have done is create new possibilities in a draw that has become more unpredictable than ever. The real question now is whether Alex can capitalize on those opportunities and continue building on the momentum she created at Wimbledon. Because before anyone calls this a lucky break, It's worth remembering, what these withdrawals truly mean will only become clear once the tournament begins. The Washington Open is far more than just another stop on the WTA calendar. It marks Alex Eala's first major challenge since her breakthrough on the international stage. Wimbledon introduced her to a global audience and confirmed her status as one of the brightest young talents in women's tennis. Washington, however, will answer a different question. Can she build on that momentum and establish herself as a consistent contender at the highest level? At Wimbledon, Alex competed with complete freedom. She entered the tournament with little pressure, everything to gain, and surprised higher-ranked opponents on her way to a memorable second-week appearance that forced the tennis world to take notice. Now the circumstances have changed entirely. She is no longer an unknown name. Fans recognize her. Coaches have spent time analyzing her game, and opponents understand exactly what she brings to the court. They know how aggressively she attacks returns, how quickly she redirects pace, how confidently she steps inside the baseline to control rallies, and how fearless she becomes in pressure moments against elite competition. The element of surprise may be gone, but it has been replaced by something far more important: belief. Alex Eala is no longer trying to earn respect. She has already earned it through her performances. The Washington Open also presents a very different challenge because of its tournament format. Unlike a Grand Slam, the event features a compact 28-player singles draw, where only the top 4 seeds receive first-round byes. Every other player must begin from the opening round, and for an unseeded competitor like Alex, there are no easy starting points. Her first opponent could be another ambitious, unseeded player looking for a breakthrough, a qualifier arriving with confidence after several wins, or one of the replacement players who entered following the recent withdrawals. While the departures of several high-profile players have certainly reshaped the draw, they haven't eliminated the challenge. Instead, they have made the tournament even more unpredictable. Several of the withdrawn players were originally expected to occupy important seeded positions, including Marta Kostyuk, Jasmine Paolini, and Olga Danilovic. Their absence changes the structure of the draw, but it does not automatically create an easier path for Alex. Every withdrawal sets off a chain reaction. Seedings move upward, alternates enter the field, and potential matchups are rearranged before the tournament even begins. One withdrawal, however, stands out emotionally for Alex's supporters. Jasmine Paolini was the player who brought Alex's remarkable Wimbledon journey to an end, so her withdrawal naturally led many fans to believe the road ahead had become less difficult. But tennis rarely follows that kind of logic. Every player in the draw has earned her place, and every replacement arrives with a valuable opportunity to prove she belongs on one of the tour's biggest stages. Those replacement players should never be underestimated. Some possess powerful serves capable of changing a match in just a few games. Others excel in long, physical rallies that demand patience and consistency from every opponent. Some bring years of experience competing against top-ranked players, while others arrive with the fearless attitude of competitors who have absolutely nothing to lose. That freedom often makes them even more dangerous because they can swing aggressively, take risks, and embrace the occasion without the burden of expectations. It also raises an interesting question. Who would Alex rather face? A seeded player carrying the pressure of living up to expectations, or an unseeded opponent playing fearless tennis with everything to gain? Neither scenario guarantees an easier match. Fortunately, the tournament's highest-ranked players are expected to receive first-round byes, reducing the chances of Alex facing one of the biggest favorites immediately. Her opening opponent is more likely to come from the lower seeds, the unseeded group, a qualifier, or one of the replacement entrants. If the draw falls in her favor, she could begin against an opponent who gives her the opportunity to settle into the conditions, adjust to the speed of the hard courts, and build confidence with an early victory. but the opposite is just as possible. A difficult first-round matchup against an experienced competitor could force her into an intense battle before she has the opportunity to establish her rhythm. That is exactly why, despite all the recent withdrawals, the Washington Open remains every bit as competitive and unpredictable as ever. In many ways, the uncertainty surrounding the draw may become Alex Eala's biggest challenge, and perhaps her greatest opportunity. Simple truth. In professional tennis, every opportunity still has to be earned on the court. The truth is that the Washington Open could become one of the defining tournaments of Alex Eala's season, not only because of the valuable ranking points on the line, but because of everything it represents. This event marks the beginning of the North American hardcourt swing, the crucial stretch of the calendar that leads directly to the US Open. From this point forward, every match carries added significance. Players are not simply chasing victories. They are adjusting to a new surface, building confidence, refining their games, and preparing for one of the sport's biggest stages. For Alex, Washington presents the perfect opportunity to prove that her remarkable Wimbledon breakthrough was not just a single unforgettable run. It is her chance to demonstrate that she can compete with the world's best regardless of the surface. The transition from grass to hard courts is far more challenging than many fans realize. Grass rewards quick reactions, low bounces, and first-strike tennis, while hard courts demand patience, endurance, consistency, and the ability to survive long, physically demanding rallies in the summer heat. Fortunately, these are qualities Alex has spent years developing. Long before becoming one of the biggest stories at Wimbledon, she had already built a reputation as a player capable of combining intelligent point construction with fearless aggression whenever opportunities appeared. That balanced style gives her every reason to believe she can succeed on hard courts as well. Perhaps her greatest advantage heading into Washington is confidence. Confidence cannot be measured on a stat sheet, but it influences every aspect of a match. It affects how a player serves under pressure, how quickly they recover after losing a tough point, and how boldly they approach the biggest moments. Alex arrives carrying the confidence that comes from standing toe-to-toe with some of the world's best players and proving she belongs among them. That belief cannot guarantee victories, but it provides the mental strength required to fight through adversity when matches become tight. At the same time, the expectations surrounding Alex Eala have never been higher. At Wimbledon, she entered as an underdog with little pressure and everything to gain. Every victory surprised the tennis world and elevated her reputation. Washington presents a completely different reality. Fans, analysts, and opponents now know exactly who Alex Eala is. Coaches have studied her left-handed game, her aggressive returns, her ability to redirect pace, and her willingness to attack during the biggest moments. The element of surprise has disappeared, replaced by something much more demanding: the expectation that she will continue producing elite performances. That is precisely why this tournament matters so much. It will reveal how Alex responds when she is no longer the unknown challenger, but one of the players everyone is watching. Can she handle the growing expectations? Can she put together another deep run against opponents who have thoroughly prepared for her game? Can she continue displaying the fearless confidence that made her Wimbledon campaign so memorable? Those questions can only be answered once the matches begin. Adding even more excitement to the week is another reunion that tennis fans are eagerly anticipating. Alex is expected to team up once again with Venus Williams in the doubles competition, renewing one of the most talked about partnerships from the grass court season. Sharing the court with one of the greatest champions in tennis history provides another priceless opportunity to learn, improve, and gain experience. Every doubles match sharpens reflexes, strengthens net play, improves communication, and develops tactical awareness, skills that often translate directly into singles success. Their partnership has already captured the attention of tennis fans around the world, and many will be watching closely to see whether they can build on the chemistry they displayed earlier in the season. One thing is absolutely certain: Washington will offer no shortcuts. Every opponent understands that defeating Alex Eala would be a significant statement and a valuable victory. That is the reality of becoming one of the fastest rising stars in women's tennis. With greater recognition comes greater pressure, but it also brings greater opportunities. Now, the spotlight is firmly on Alex, and the challenge is no longer proving that she belongs. It is proving that she can continue rising. As the North American hardcourt season begins, Washington may become the tournament that sets the tone not only for the weeks ahead, but for the next chapter of Alex Eala's remarkable journey. Success changes everything in professional tennis. It changes how opponents prepare, how fans react, and how every match is analyzed long before the first serve. Alex Eala is no longer chasing recognition because she has already earned it through her performances on the biggest stages. As the Washington Open draw comes into focus and the opening round draws closer, excitement continues to build. Will the reshuffled field create another opportunity for a breakthrough run? Will Alex seize the moment and continue the remarkable momentum of her historic season? Or will a new challenger emerge to test her in ways she has never faced before? Those answers will soon be written on the hard courts of Washington. But one thing is already beyond question. Alex Eala has reached the point in her career where every tournament she enters attracts worldwide attention. Fans are no longer watching simply to find out whether she belongs among the world's elite. They are watching because they truly believe she has the ability to beat them. That belief, shared by millions of supporters across the Philippines and around the globe, may be the strongest sign, yet that Alex Eala's journey is only beginning, and that even greater achievements could still lie ahead. Before we wrap up, let me ask you one favor. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and help more tennis fans discover this story. Share your thoughts in the comments, because I'd love to hear your predictions for Alex's Washington Open campaign. Do you think she can make another deep run? Or will this tournament present her toughest challenge yet? And if you haven't already, subscribe to Court Vision Media and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest coverage. We bring you the biggest matches, the latest developments, behind-the-scenes stories, and the moments that shape the world of tennis. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. As the excitement shifts from Wimbledon to Washington, all eyes will once again be on Alex Eala, and the next chapter of her remarkable rise is about to begin.